What's going on?
Not much. All right. So Jackie, when you say keep your low back quiet, what do you mean? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like you were saying you only want to work certain parts of the body, and we're using our back too much. Can you talk about how to keep that still so you're not overworking the back or overcoming?
Okay. Good question. So part of it is the back and controlling your pelvis, what we call posterior and anterior tilt, and in the middle is the neutral area of your pelvis. That's one. I'll demonstrate how you can start to work on that, Jackie. So we have all these things that we do in our bodies, and over time, the body just it becomes a blob because we don't work on these things. Your pelvic tilt, this is called anterior tilt, okay? A lot of people have this problem because they sit down all day. They come from this position, and they stay in this position for hours and hours and hours, and then they stand up without realizing that this is still tight. So in order to think that they're standing up, they just hyperextend their back. So what we're gonna do is, you're gonna start to work on this movement. This is anterior tilt. We're gonna start to work on posterior tilt, anterior tilt, posterior, anterior, posterior, anterior. That's gonna give you a good foundation. That's one. Second thing, Jackie, we're still working on our abs. We still have to strengthen our abs. What we do when we strengthen our abs is we're literally creating a balloon against which our spine can stabilize. Let me show you what I mean. So it's not a coincidence that most people have problems in their neck and in their low back. Typically speaking, people don't have a lot of mid-back pain. Why? Look at where this whole thing attaches, these ribs. There's a built-in stable, is that Similac? Can you turn your volume down somebody?
I'm on mute. Oh, I thought I was
okay.
on mute. Sorry.
All right, so these rib cage, these bones stabilize this portion of the spine. That's why very few people have problems in this section of the spine. The neck only has muscles that hold it upright. The low back only has muscles that hold it upright. When we work on our transverse abdominis, what it does is literally, it forms a balloon right here. The stronger your balloon, the more stability this is gonna have because it's pressing against this. So, to answer your question, how can we work on our spine? Focus on your technique, number one. Focus on doing your anterior to pelvic tilt, anterior to posterior pelvic tilt, and that transverse abdominis. We're gonna do more, Jackie, and this is why I tease you about that dead bug. That dead bug is specifically designed to give you more control over your abdominal cavity, bottom line. Does that help?
Yeah, no, thank you.
What else? Talk to me, fam. I'm here. Use me.
On. Morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. So,
Oh, hey, Dawn.
how you doing? I'm good.
I'm good. I don't have my glasses on. That's why I can't see.
That's all right. I had to put mine too.
Okay.
So I'm starting from scratch. It looks like after, as you know, a couple of surgeries.
Yeah.
I realize that I'm strong in certain ways and certainly weak in others, like the lower back and in the tricep area. What are the things that you would recommend because I'm looking to start from the beginning all over again. And as I look at you and go through what you're doing, I realize that the training I've had before and the physical therapy I've had before were nothing like this. Where do I start and how do I start slowly?
Dawn, I just want you to focus on, tell us again, tell everybody so everybody has an idea. What do you have done on your spine, Dawn?
I had a lumbar laminectomy about 2 years ago with fusion. There is no pain from that, but there's some residual pain right above just at the tailbone level. And I just felt all of that this morning. And then about 3 weeks ago, I had a similar surgery in my neck to fuse the discs in my neck. No pain, but I know that those areas are both very weak. And I realized in my whole back area and the neck area, there is constant tension.
Now,
Fix that.
I just literally told her before she told us what her problem is. She has problems right in here because there ain't nothing supporting this. There ain't jack here. Just these muscles to help this thing go. And same up here. So Dawn, your issue is purely postural. And Dawn, I know you make a lot of money. Not a lot of money. But I mean, you spend your time sitting in that desk making a lot of money. So your priorities have been like everybody else's, right? We've been guided by, pop culture. We've been guided by the media. We've been guided by the medical industry. So what I want you to do, Dawn, is get through your physical therapy. And here's what I want you to start focusing on. If you can do this without pain, first thing you gotta do, Dawn, you gotta strengthen your deep cervical muscles, deep cervical flexors. And you do those with those chin tucks. Okay, I think I showed those a while ago, but what you're gonna do is, don't even use the band yet, Dawn. Just focus on driving your chin into your neck. Pause, and then release. You're gonna wanna get this like sets of 20 and 30, 2 or 3 a day. Two, if you do every day 2, if you do it every other day 4.
Okay.
20 to 30 reps. Then after a week, 2 weeks, you're gonna start doing this. Tuck, twist, and twist. Now, the reason I'm nervous about giving you prescriptions is I can't follow you. I can't cue you. I can't make sure that you're doing everything in technique. So your technique is either gonna make or break it. So you're either gonna make it worse or you're gonna make it stronger. So just really focus on your technique. It's gotta be where it comes from.
Right. Okay.
Good. Now, for your abdominals, start dealing with that thing I just told Jackie Jenkins about, tucking that pelvis under, anterior tilt, posterior tilt, anterior tilt, posterior tilt. You've been sitting for so long, I'm willing to bet that if I had, I didn't even have you guys roll today. I'm a huge believer in rolling. Rolling is not sexy. I'm sorry how dark this is. I'm getting some light. Rolling ain't sexy. And a lot of people don't do it because it ain't that sexy. Everybody wants to do the exercise portion of training. But training comes with a component that not a lot of people focus on, and it's probably as important as the exercises themselves. It's part of the recovery process. So if all you do is train, you don't recover, you don't lengthen, you don't release, it's an injury waiting to happen. Does that help, Dawn?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
But when you're here, I'm ready. Like I've always told you, when you're here, fam, I'm ready. Okay?
Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
Talk to me. Diane, I see you over there. Talk to me.
So I have 2 issues. One issue is when I'm walking, sometimes I get like this, just like a pull in my thigh to my hip. It's a split second. It's intermittent. I don't know when it's going to happen. I'm just walking, because sometimes I try to do a 10K walk. And so it just, 10,000 steps, not a 10K, 10,000 steps. So I get this really quick pull and it just stops me in my tracks. The second thing is when I'm down on all fours, I feel like I have weak wrist. And so I try to come closer to the tips of my fingers, but my wrists always seem to be unstable and it hurts.
So what you have going on, Diane, is I'm pretty sure you have what's called an impingement in your wrist. And it's natural because you probably use a typewriter, right? Or a computer. I'm old, I'm sorry. You probably use a computer keyboard.
Not much.
Okay, well, whatever you got going on, you have some weak wrists. So what that means is you have to start doing some very specific things. I'll make a post on wrists. If you please remind me, Diane, I got a client in 5 minutes. I got to go in 5 minutes, but I'm good. You guys got me until then. 2 things I want you to focus on. When you are on your hands, Diane, I want you to focus on that quadruped. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's going to evenly distribute the weight on your hand. If you probably are putting more weight on the sides of your hand, and that's going to create problems on the lateral side of your arm. It's actually the medial side. I'm sorry. So you want to focus on making sure that when you have your hands on the floor, you have that quadruped position. Okay, and when you're in that, something you can do: roll up a towel. Cut it, fold it in half, roll it up. Put the butts of your hands on that towel instead of on the floor. That'll be a good progressive movement or a regressive movement from which to progress to get to the next thing, which will be eventually on the floor.
Okay.
Okay?
And then what about my hip?
Oh, I think you might have some IT band issues. So one thing I want you to do, if you have a tennis ball, I want you to do this, okay? I'm huge roller guy. The guys will tell you, my class, we spend the first 15 and sometimes 25 minutes of rolling in the class. So what you have is, there's a muscle called the TFL, stands for tensor fasciatus, doesn't matter what the name is. but there's a muscle right here, okay? So here's my hip bone, the top of my thigh, that's the bone there. My pelvis is right here. So in between that space, there's this thing called the TFL. You put the ball there, or your roller there, and all you gotta do is put all of your body weight on that spot. Now, when I started doing this 10 years ago, Diane, I couldn't do this, because it was just like, the pain was ridiculous. But when you have that kind of pain from just touching the muscle, that means that the muscle fibers are unhealthy. So if you want to start to use something nice and kind of it gives a little bit, use a tennis ball, put it right on that spot. Okay? You see what this is on me?
Mm-hmm.
So watch what I do with both of my legs. This leg crosses in front, pushing into the floor. Watch what I do with my bottom leg. So what's happened over time is you've had all this activity at that spot. Short. It got tight, and the connective tissue got nasty, and then the stuff that surrounds it called fascia, it gets knotted up. It's like balls of hair. All those things happening at once start to lead to pain down the side of your hip. This is down the side of your body, right? Down the side of your leg?
It's more frontal.
Okay, here we go with that one. Same area, but we're gonna go to the front of the body instead of on the side. Here we go. That same area on the side, between the hip bone and the pelvis. But we're gonna go down to the front. The line is right on that ball, just like this, on that spot. And I want you to bend your knee and extend it. Bend, extend. What's going on is, you have one muscle that runs from your hip all the way down to your knee. It extends your hip and it flexes your knee. You also have some muscles that go in here and attach at that spot. These things are totally connected. When one goes haywire, the whole thing starts to go crazy. So that's what you probably have going on there too. So I want you to focus on releasing that spot, the TFL, the side, and what's called the sartorius, right here in the front. Okay, really important, Diane. I need to know that you know where this is. Put your hand on your front, touch the top of your pelvis.
I know where my anatomy. I do know my anatomy.
Good. So you know where that spot is, right underneath your pelvis, right?
I do.
Okay, good. Talk to me. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Gladly.
That's a question, I believe.
E, talk to me.
Hey, Brother Laurent, talk about shoulder pain and range of motion with your shoulders. Is there anything that you know now that you could have done earlier that would have prevented you from having surgery?
And 100 times over, brother. So the problem is, shoulders are so weird. You literally have, in that small scapula, on this little flat bone, you got 20 something muscles that attach to it. They attach coming this way, this way, and they're responsible for a whole lot. The shoulder is the most mobile joint on the whole body. It's an incredible, I call it the beautiful joint. It's my favorite joint. I know so much about it now because of all the damn surgeries I've done and all the damn classes I've taken on it and all the damn studying I do about it. So now, E, I understand. Were you in class when I ran through the progressions of the stabilizing muscles, the rotator?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I would do now. But the main thing I would do at this point, brother, is I would roll the hell out of the whole area. I roll every single muscle I could get my eyes on that I know attaches to that shoulder, and then do the opposite movement of that muscle to make it lengthen. And then I would work on everything in the opposite direction to push the pulling muscles. Because when I messed my shoulders up, I was doing all push-ups and all bench press and all shoulder press.
And that's you.
No, I got that now. Okay.
Hey, Shelly, what's up, fam?
Hey, how you doing? You're awesome.
Oh, thanks, Shell. That's all.
When I get out from school, when the school's over, I'm gonna start coming to some of your classes.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Love ya.
Love you. Who else? Anybody else? Hey, E, were you done? Were you done, Nupe?
I'm done. Thanks, good brother.
Gladly. Talk to me. Anybody else? Nina, I see you hiding. She's not even there. Okay.
I'm here.
You got anything for me?
I wanted to know about what you think about those Theracanes.
Theracane?
Yeah.
I love them. I got one.
Do you
up there.
really?
Pardon me?
I got one for Christmas and I'm afraid to use it.
Don't be. If you want, I'll do a video and I'll post it.
Yeah, that's great. They have that little booklet, but it's not helpful.
You are saying Theracane, right?
Yeah, the Theracane, the cane with, for pressure point.
What's bothering you now?
I have some knots between my scapula and my spine.
Now check this out, guys. Nina is the real deal. Nina is a legitimate professional bodybuilder. She is the real deal. Now, she has overuse injuries. Her shoulders are like things of beauty. It's incredible. So long story short, she's having problems because she has activated something so much that the opposing muscle group is unable to do its job. All right? So Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on. Stay with me for 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Nina, anything else?
Nope, that's all.
Okay, so I'll put some Theracane stuff for your rhomboids. I think you have some rhomboids issue, or you might have middle trap issue. I'm willing to bet it's your rhomboid though.
Yeah, you can see in my pictures, it's unbalanced.
Okay.
Something's going on there.
Okay.
I've got a question.
So glad you came. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right.
I've got a question. Was this PWI Tony today, or this is HBCU Tony?
This is both. It's just when I start the code switch. Louise, baby, you ain't.
No, I'm not.
All right. Talk to me, fam. Whatever you guys got, talk to me.
Hi, I just have a question.
Who is that? Is that Renee?
Yes.
Hey, Renee.
So, the things that we did today, I guess, activating certain areas or whatever. So should we be doing this before we sort of go and have a full workout, or should we just be doing it until we're back in motion and then do it, or should we be doing it every time before we exercise?
Yes, Renee, if you come in, if you want to join the class, I do it Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's the beginner class, and Saturday mornings at 9. Tuesday, Thursdays at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard, Saturdays at 9. I'll give anybody on this call, I'll give you a complimentary week. You get 3 sessions, no charge. But I want to give you guys a good foundation of what this is all about, because 1 session ain't gonna do it for you. You don't have any context for it.
Okay.
Okay?
So I can just go on your website and get the information or whatever to join?
No, take my number down. Everybody, here's my number. I'm putting my number in the chat, and then you guys can please text me, and then just say, hey Tone, I want to sign up for the comp week, and it's all good. It's all love. Anybody else? T Huge Royal, I see you back there, lurking in the background. Anybody? Anyone?
I'm at the beach. It's raining down here.
Oh, nice. Good problems. First world problems.
Right.
Okay, guys. Anybody who wants to talk? Eric, you good? I guess Eric is done. Yeah. Renee, you're done. Yep, you're good.
I'm good.
Awesome. Yep.
I'm
Okay,
good.
Listen. This is my calling, guys. This is literally, something I love to do, because everybody's getting sold on this. There's so much out here, and everybody follows the, and they wind up they can't figure out why they got hurt. It's real simple. If you start to adjust here and there a couple things, you're gonna see huge improvements. You guys got anything, you reach out. And on that note, I pity the fool who didn't show up to the Muscle Bone NYC class on Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, weight training with the Nupes, Philadelphia chapter, KKA side. I love you. I love you. The Nupes. To the Philly Nupes, I love you.
Thanks a lot, Bone. Have a good one.
Gladly, brother Paul Mark. Gladly.
I'm gonna call you, brother Tony. I'm gonna call you.
That sounds good. Sounds good.
Good seeing
Really
everyone.
enjoyed it, guys. Have a good one. See you.
Everybody have a good weekend on purpose.
All right, guys.
Yo.